Welcome to Lessons in Life and Love with Riana Milne, where we show you how to have the positive mindset for success in all life areas. It's time to have the life you desire and the love you deserve.
Hi, I'm Coach Riana Milne. Have you tried the new Riana AI chatbot yet? Located on my website, rianamilne.com, on the homepage, you'll see this round bobblehead of me shaking around. Just click on it and the box pops up. Type in any question that you have about a concern. There's a 98% chance that your question will be answered. It's filled with thousands of pieces of information from my books, my podcast, my website, and more. So ask away, have some fun, and get some free advice at the brand new Riana AI chatbot, located on my website, rianamilne.com. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Lessons in Life and Love podcast. I'm your host and global life and love coach, Riana Milne. I'm all about helping you transform your life in all areas into one that you're passionate about and to help you attract and have the love that you deserve. I'm on a mad mission to help change the way the world loves. So you're going to learn how to have emotionally healthy, evolved, and conscious love relationships and how to avoid toxic, painful relationships and life experiences which are just too prevalent today. If at any time you're struggling and you're ready to feel and be your best self, just reach out to me on my website, rianamilne.com, and enroll in a private and personal life and love transformation session with me. We'll get to the root of the issues of what is concerning you. Let's start you on your journey to create the life you desire and to have the love that you deserve. Okay, love angels and transformers, let's dive in. Today I have an incredibly special guest. She's grown very close to me, as all my clients do, and she's one of our graduates, Beth O. And she is here to answer some of my questions to help you understand her journey in helping her achieve everything she desired in life, love, and business, and how her coaching helped to do that. I'm so happy to see that she has an amazing, emotionally healthy, great guy in her life, and everything is going just the way she planned and dreamed for it to be. Beth is here to teach you and encourage you that you also can create that life you desire and have the love that you deserve. Welcome to the show, Beth. I'm so happy to have you on.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here.
There's nothing better than seeing my graduates' journeys from the moment I first meet you all to when you call me or email me back, or I see your pictures on my Facebook page with your new love and your new life. And it's all come together in all these areas of life, love, and business. So if you could share with the audience a little bit about who you were before we met and what made you decide to reach out and give me a call and explore coaching.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I kind of felt like I was a hot mess at the time. I had just tried again with my co-parent to see if things had changed. Literally found out after 2 months, nothing had changed. Still didn't see it as working. Then I'm going through this unexpected job transition. So this is all happening at once. And Rihanna's, social media just kept coming across my lap. Reading into it, I'm like, okay, this sounds like something I need to explore, because I just knew something had to change. I just kept dating men. It was not successful. It ended in the same cycle every time, whether it was toxic. Even got myself in some pretty abusive relationships that I had to then find a way out of. It just wasn't working out the way I was doing things.
Yeah, I know when I had met you, I'm like, this is such a lovely, beautiful person inside and out. I'm like, oh my God, I want to help her so bad. We had this program, Dating to Mating, Life and Love Transformation for Singles. And I said, you're just so perfect for this. I think you're about 30 years old then. And you were someone like, I really want marriage again. And you had a little boy, and there were some issues there because he just felt all the tension in the air. When you had called me, the first step here is always doing the Life and Love Transformation Discovery Session. After you did that, what made you want to proceed further?
Oh gosh. I think just the drive I had at that time to know something has to change, because I just felt so disappointed after doing it my way every time and it never working out. I think I had enough self-awareness after our meeting to understand, okay, I need to do this a different way and see if I can get different results.
Yeah, and your pattern is called RRS, and most of my clients have that when they come to me, which is relationship repetition syndrome. It's dating the same type of person over and over and over again, and it's very frustrating when you're in it because it's like, okay, I'm breaking up with this one. I'm going to read 100 self-help books. I'm going to figure this out and meet someone different next time, and then it happens again. So many people are in that cycle, and you were in that cycle. But you also having a background in psychology like I did, I got a triple master's in psychology. They did not mention the term childhood trauma at all. Until you're really aware what that is and how it impacts you, like don't see what the patterns are, they're so subconscious. But once you learned about childhood trauma leading to love trauma, what kind of awakening did you have around that?
Oh my gosh, I felt like there was a light bulb over my head and it just lit up. And I was like, aha. I had an aha moment of just connecting the dots, like looking at the main male role model figures in my life, how their behavior was, how that may have influenced or caused me to accept unacceptable behaviors from dating partners. I just knew I needed to get self-aware enough to put an end to it.
What made you say, I'm going for this? Like, because some people think, well, let me think about it. But you were like, you know what? I'm going for it. How did you feel at that point when you made that yes commitment to yourself?
Just a big drive. I felt a big drive and just being done with the old chapter. And I knew it was like a anniversary year for me. I just turned 30 and I said, I'm done with these 20s, my 30s to definitely be different. You would explain that it's like an investment in yourself too. And I had to adopt the mindset of I'm worth this. I deserve to do this as well.
Yeah, what a lot of people don't know due to all my licensing and certifications, this investment is a complete tax deduction. That's a super bonus when you turn to coaching. It's more solution focused as well as educational. You think about our sessions, I was teaching a large part of that, the skills that you needed to learn. And we have this amazing workbook based on the research that I did. It's always this progression, as I described, going over the rainbow. Because we start with, I don't know what I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. This is frustrating. And then step by step is this educational process. Did you feel that was easy for you to learn and put these practices and tools into place?
It was definitely different, of definitely a learning experience too, and almost how to stay intentional. So after each meeting, we learned more information and, starting from the core, the way we speak to ourselves, the food we're putting in our body, the way we're taking care of our body and our minds, and going all the way to, how we are in social settings. It was very intentional and solution focused, which made it easy to keep progressing because we're constantly working on the skills and the things to keep getting over the rainbow.
Yes. There's also like meditation and vitamin therapy that a lot of people report they even feel less anxiety and depression a couple weeks in. Did that happen for you as well? Did you feel any kind of a shift early on as you were learning and practicing these tools?
Yes, I felt my self-esteem already improving just from taking care of me. Because in the past, even just as a mother and career woman, just putting all of my energy and drive into those two things, and then what's left over, putting it into dating, I don't think I was really taking care of myself intentionally with how I am now, and knowing that I need to take care of me first to be the best version in all other areas.
Yeah, I know you were really focused on that and being more holistic, mind, body, spirit, just feeling better and happier in life. What tends to be some of the things that stuck with you the most that you're using still every day?
Okay. My favorites, when you taught me just to get out there in the social settings and just make eye contact and say hello, like it's not that big of a deal. And it really works. You never know who you meet, the people it makes network connections with, the opportunities it opens up. That was a big changer for me. And something so simple that I think with a distorted mindset looked at as scary and impossible. And it's really not.
And it works. That's why everyone's like, that really works. Come on, Rihanna. But it's the energy behind it. It's one's light, right? If you have this inner joy, this inner peace, and this energy that comes across when you say hello to someone. It's easy because they want to know you. They want to say hi back. Like, who is this person right in front of me that's laughing and smiling? My boyfriend and I, Chris, get that all the time now. We must have been told last night, you two are such a beautiful couple. You two are so cute together. You're smiling all the time. I'm sure you and Casey are getting that as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
we have been walking through crowds at time, and just people will say, "Y'all look good together." We're like, "Thanks."
Yeah, it's this energy, and people are just so attracted to it. And this is one thing that you learned about the law of attraction. So many people are either anxiety or have depression, and they're up in their heads. So thinking all these fear-based negative thoughts, which is typical of most human beings. That's all unconscious, subconscious work. Going over the rainbow of the learning curve, you are all constantly practicing being more conscious, having this mindset, doing a lot of self-talk, rewriting the stories of doubts and fears. It's this constant practice of changing how the mind thinks and works, because
Yeah.
behavior comes first from the brain. What you think is what will occur, right? That will be the actions. There's this learning process of breaking all those bad habits and bad thoughts to getting out to the other side, which I call is where the pot of gold is. And the cool thing is, once you learn this, you would never go back to who you were before.
Right.
Once you got it, you've got it, which is really cool. So it lasts the rest of your life.
Yeah, I've also really enjoyed, I still do to this day, just saying yes to myself when appropriate, rewarding myself, because just my self-esteem is so much better, and knowing I'm worth it, knowing I deserve these things. And also just my intentional goal setting. I'll set daily goals, weekly goals, yearly goals. And my favorite thing was I actually made my 2024 vision board. It's May, and I think I have one thing left on it to accomplish.
Girl, there you go. That
Yeah.
system's been working for me for years and years and years. I mean, I've been doing it since my 20s and teaching mindset for success since my 20s, when I had the model and talent school and agency. And there were everyday people from Erie, PA, wanting to be in New York, model in Paris, be an actor in LA. And they're like, how do I get from here to here? It's like the rainbow concept again. But mindset was the biggest part of it. You can teach someone to sing, but if they don't believe they are going to be on 3 multi-platinum CDs like my daughter Alexi, if you don't believe it, you're not going to achieve it. So
Right.
mindset is super important, and it goes along with the talent or the skills and the art and psychology of dating. They're both important, and you need both. You can't just have dating skills if you don't feel amazing about yourself before you go out to date. That's the
Yes.
whole thing, right? It needs to talk together.
Do you have the mindset for success? Or are you feeling frustrated in life or your career? Or stressed you can't find love or happiness? Hi, I'm Coach Riana Milne, and I can help you turn your pain into your purpose and passion by using my Mindset for Success system. Learn the motivational Mindset for Success coaching system that has helped thousands of my clients over 40 years, and it can help you too. It's time to create the life you desire and to have the love you deserve.
What did you do differently with dating after your educational coaching? And what were some strategies you did to find your beloved partner, Casey, right now?
Oh my gosh. I feel like I matured so much when it comes to dating, because I think old me, I would thrive on the emotions and the fun of it. If it was fun in the moment, I thought it was a-okay, and I would just go along with it. Oh, he's great at first. I would just focus on the emotional connection or chemistry and how much fun we were having. And now I'm actually consciously dating and observing and noting, okay, is this man compatible to the things I want that would work long term for me? And so if I notice, and keeping my red flags in mind, if I notice that these red flags are presented, I'm more wary and able to know if it may or may not work out.
That's good. And it's all in your head because you've heard it in repeated different ways and different examples. And you can always have your materials to go back to check out, your notebooks and your 2 books, Live and Love Beyond Your Dreams. Before, Beth, I know some of your childhood trauma involved abandonment issues. When you were dating, you didn't want to let it go. You're like, kind of like, well, that came up, but it'll get better. Chemistry was leading you, and the abandonment factor kept you in these dating situations too long. What was cool in your journey, I was able to say, yeah, I had that date, but I noticed this, and that, and then nope,
Yes.
next,
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
I did. Well, don't hang on too long.
Yeah. I started calling it the Disneyland picture of the picture I painted of this man in my head in my old life, but that was never the reality. And
Yeah.
so I avoid that Disneyland picture.
That's awesome. You're being very conscious about it. When you were in the class, you were dating a few people, but we were able to discuss what you liked, what you didn't like, and why. So all that education that you were learning was how you were using it in real life. Before, when I met you, you weren't dating at all. And now, you started dating and it's like, well, I think I'm saying this. And then as you went through classes longer and longer, it's like, I know I'm saying this and I'm not staying. And then you learn how to tell someone politely, you're a nice person, but we're not quite a match.
Yeah.
You kept
You don't
moving
doubt
on.
yourself.
Exactly. How you feel confident and made a decision clearly and that Casey was the one. What was your mindset that you knew, yeah, he's an amazing guy?
For one, he's different from the others I've dated. He's a nice.
That's always a good sign.
Coming from a background of trauma and just all the failed relationships, I think the trauma mind tells us that these nice men are not fun and that they're too boring or not interesting enough. So I really had to do that work to change that first and know that no, I deserve a nice man who is not filled with chaos and trauma and up and down emotions. So I really had to work on that. And our long-term goals, our values and morals are all just aligned. I asked all of the intentional, important value questions, and we just align on all of that.
That's awesome. Our students learn a series of about 25 questions that they should ask anywhere from date 1 to 4. You don't act like it's an interview, but they can be very innocent questions like, so tell me about your mom and dad. Well, if you're hearing a hate message, oh, I hate my mom, she's an alcoholic, well, our people are going ding, 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 red flag. No, that's a woman hater. This is not for me, So we learned early on the do's and the don'ts from the educational piece that you've gotten. Tell our listeners, how did you meet Casey?
Oh, goodness. So actually, originally we met in high school, but he was an upper class. So he was rarely on campus. I did not see him very much, but I remember being a freshman and seeing him and thinking, oh, he's attractive. This year in January, I'd gotten on the apps and literally in the first 10 minutes of swiping on Hinge, Casey came across my screen. We matched and he was just intentional. He found out my schedule was limited being a full-time mom. So he took advantage quickly of my free time and said, okay, I'd like to take you out this week. And we arranged the date and it just went forward from there.
That's great. You've been together how long now?
6 months.
Good. I reached out to Beth. Our students, once they graduate, they're allowed to go on my personal Facebook page. So I have had people on there for 25 years who I'm seeing up in New Jersey, people from Erie who were in my model and talent school. So now we're talking, oh gosh, I had that when I was 26 years old. So people like for 40 years have been on my Facebook page that I've known, which is really, really awesome. And I'm seeing these beautiful pictures of her and Casey and her little boy. And I'm like, oh my God, you have to come on my podcast and share your story because I just get so thrilled when I see my clients happy and graduating and making incredible moves, sometimes to new areas, sometimes new businesses, starting a business. I also learn business skills while they're in with me. Everything is personalized. If someone wants to start or grow a business, and we focus on that. If they want to do dating, if they have problems with family members, we clean that up. I teach financial lessons too, because a lot of people don't know about income that you can get on dividend funds, for example. Like we didn't learn this anywhere in school or college. Whatever your needs are, I kind of personalize that so that you have a holistic mind, body, spirit, your whole life changes, and relationships is one of them. Dating successfully, because if you don't pick the right guy, that relationship will never sustain over time. Picking the right person is essential. I know you mentioned that your parental relationship with your little son He's so cute. Also improved with coaching. Can you tell our listeners in what way?
Yeah. When we don't have this information, our automatic fight or flight mode is to communicate with them and throw everything at the co-parent or the ex-husband. Here's what needs to change. Here's how I'm feeling. And they must care. And I had to realize we can't force them. We can't make them change or care. So I had to really turn that force inward and realize, okay, I can't change him or make him do differently, even though I see something may be wrong or not the right way. So I had to turn that inwardly and say, so how do I adjust? How do I adapt? And I really worked on just adapting myself to have peace in having to communicate with him for co-parenting.
Yeah, I love that story piece for you because it is so typical right now. I have 3 different ladies who have young children and also have toxic, narcissistic ex-husbands who keep interfering in their life. And of course, early on, when they first come to me, they're yelling, they're trying to bargain, they overplease, they try to communicate. There's so many different ways they've tried to deal with this person, and none of them work. So the way that works is a very empowered way that I teach my clients. And then we have to teach the children that you are the safe space, you are the safe house. And we don't talk about the ex. We don't bring him up. We don't show anger in front of our kids because our kids feel that, right? So very often the little ones do act out with temper tantrums or won't sleep, can't sleep, don't do well in school. I mean, I was a school counselor from elementary all the way through college, working with the emotionally upset kids. And the number one reason learning's not happening is because they're upset of what's going on at home. The stable parent, which are my clients, learn the strategies to help calm even the nervous system of their children and teach mindset skills and communication skills. You were saying, Beth, like you chose a different way to communicate. Communication is a huge part of DTM, dating to mating, because so many coaches say we have to be vulnerable to share your feelings, but that word, that definition means be open to attack. So I don't use be vulnerable. I say be empowered, which is a huge difference because when you are a person of power, you can say what you feel to your new partner, to the old partner without that change of erratic emotion. You say it with loving kindness. If it's the ex, you say it firm, or you just go only through a parenting act. You don't deal with their nonsense. You don't engage with the nonsense. So there's a whole different way of learning to communicate with power. And then with your new partner, with love as a team, right? You become a team and you're always negotiating and talking through things. And you guys have been together 6 months. You probably have not even had an argument.
That's been interesting too. Sure, conflict has existed, but it's nice to have a healthy partner who he's willing to communicate. He's willing to get through. And that's really nice. Makes moments of conflict so much easier and just so much more peaceful, having a partner willing to get through it with you and use healthy mechanisms for that.
Exactly. It's really interesting because there's a whole lot of communication skills that they learn. So we just say issues will come up because there's 2 different personalities, 2 different human beings with different opinions, and that's perfectly okay. But what is also important is that you speak your mind, but with loving kindness, which is part of empowerment. And you're always striving to say what's best for the team, what's best for both of us. Can we try his way and try my way and see what happens best? So you're always brainstorming to work through an issue. And it never calls for yelling, screaming, put downs, or anything else that exists in a toxic relationships. And that's why, like I said, I'm seeing my couples over time, 25 years staying together on my Facebook page. And some of them were chronic cheaters, and I patched up their marriages and taught them to communicate what their needs and wants were. Don't go out and cheat and think the other person's going to provide it. Empower yourself to be able to speak your feelings, your needs, and your wants to your partner. Be honorable. There's so many psychological and real world rules that are learned in the program. But if you stay with this solid research and keep practicing that, it's amazing how well it works.
Do you feel like you have tried everything? Self-help books, therapy, relationship summits, retreats, online courses, podcasts. But you still struggle with toxic love, attracting narcissistic partners, ongoing anxiety, depression, codependency, love addiction, stress, moodiness, lack of hope, feeling stuck in your career, and you just can't seem to get love right. It's time to heal your unconscious behavioral patterns caused by unhealed childhood trauma. I'm Riana Milne, the love trauma recovery expert and certified life and love coach who helps thousands around the world, and I can help you too. I specialize in helping adults heal from unconscious childhood and love relationship traumas, emotional triggers, and dysfunctional behavioral patterns, which have been impacting them negatively in life, love, or business, to transform and create the life they desire and to have the love they deserve. Talk to me today at rianamilne.com and get the free ebook below to learn more.
What dating, parenting, or life tips do you have that you've learned from coaching? For our listeners, that can be generic because we have lady clients, men clients, teens, 16 up, all the way to seniors. My oldest is 80. We also have LGBTQ populations. What would be generic that they all could learn something from?
Oh my gosh. Do this for yourself. You're worth it. Take a chance. Invest in yourself. I think because that's the main place we start first is the belief in ourselves, the want to better ourselves. I don't think we could really have a healthy relationship if we're not well. So just start there and say yes to yourself. Do this for yourself. I think we'll even attract healthier people and even have that mindset to say, no, this person is not up to my standards.
Your boundaries are stronger for sure. Yeah, when you were talking about saying yes to yourself, one of the lessons that I teach is called the yin yang from the symbol of Buddhism. And on one side is a white paisley and the other side is a dark one. And we're always striving to live in the light. And there is a black dot there, which is our challenges. We're supposed to be challenged. In Buddhism, we call this the Earth School. So we're here to learn many lessons to improve who we are as people and to have better, more happier lives. So our graduates, once a challenge come up, we don't freak out like we might have, like, why me? That victim mentality. Or no, I can't do that. Or that's too much to invest for myself. Instead, we learn to say yes. And as I tell my clients that I have had 15 coaches, because everyone's there, Rihanna, how'd you go from a local therapy office to a global coach? It's by saying yes to yourself and to the growth and to the learning and not being afraid or not believing that you can do it. Because our mindset is, I can do this. I'm going to learn it and it's going to work incredible for me. And that is the mindset. And now I'm learning all this really cool AI stuff. I'm not a techie person. I'm in my 60s. So this is challenging for me. So I've had a couple coaches already and I'm just loving it because it's really, really cool what it can do. And it can help my people even more. It's always saying yes to yourself in growth and DTM. Beth, this was a big investment for Beth as a single mom. And she's there, can I have payments? I'm like, absolutely. We're going to work this out. And she just was able to just stay with it. She took it very seriously. She did everything that she was learning. And to see the conclusion of her being with this great, emotionally healthy, evolved, and conscious guy who loves her son as if he was his own, it's just really a beautiful thing to see. And that's exactly what Beth deserved. I didn't want her to see her anymore in anything toxic because she's such a sweet lady. I'm like, oh no, we gotta change this up for you. We gotta change this. Okay, so while you were in coaching, you were just coming out of school, learning to be a therapist. Your practice really started growing. We did some business skills for you. Fill me in a little bit how your practice is going.
It's good. It's full. I don't think I've really been able to take new clients this year. I think I've taken maybe 4 or 5 new clients this year. As one discharges, I may add one. I've even set new goals. My long-term goal is I will open my own building. I want to get certified in trauma-informed yoga. So I need a building for that space and my counseling office. So that's the next step I'm working on.
Awesome. I would love for you to be one of my coaches one day. Nothing like one of my graduates to coach this program. They totally get it, because you have to understand the pain of childhood and love trauma to have that compassion to help someone else move on from that, right? That's where I started with 2 love traumas. And I'm like, what is going on? When I learned this, I'm like, oh my God, I want to help other people know this method because it's so outstanding and how it just changes your life in so many different ways. What other ways has your life changed since coaching? and your graduation?
I've been just so intentional in my goals, whether it's fitness. I'm very intentional on, okay, I will make it to the gym 3 times this week, at least. That's realistic for my schedule. I'm setting realistic goals, intentionality. My finances. I struggled to save money for a vacation. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, where's all my money going? And then I just really had to take control of my money and make an intentional budgeting plan and plan for the whole year of events I know are coming up. And where do I need to put this money for it? And how do I save for it? That's helped so much. And knowing what am I allowed to spend each month and what do I put up? Just all areas, being intentional and making the time for my higher power and spiritual practices, my health, being intentional in the things I put into my body, being intentional with quality time with my son and our relationship. So just overall applying intentionality and goal setting to areas.
That is part of what we call the mindset for success. So people see me write about, you need to have the mindset for success to be successful in all life areas. Being intentional, as Beth was explaining, and using our goal setting system. I do this yearly book, Planning Your Best Life Now, that my graduates all get mailed out to them. And it's like, go ahead, guys. Go for it, put your plan on paper, let's get it going. And then we just keep growing and growing and excelling. And it's so exciting. It's living a purpose-filled life, and making a difference, and yet having time for you and taking care of yourself more, and time for your partner. Like a lot of people who are workaholics, which I was years ago, was because my mom was critical. Nothing was good enough. I was always working crazy hours. Well, when you learn the system, it's like, no, I'm going to stop and find my partner now. It's okay to choose for a year. I'm going to focus on going global. And that's what I did. But it was my intention. It's like, no partner for me right now, because I know the time and space you have to give to a partner to make a relationship work. We're intentional about that. Some people say, well, why didn't you have a partner? Say, because I chose not to. And then this August, I said to my friend James, who's one of the 5 sexy guys from the ship that I met on the singles cruise. And I do now transformation vacations, which are really, really fun, where I do coaching and we all vacation and party too at the same time. And we did a big Cancun trip last September, which was a blast. But, before that, I said to my friend James, I said, you know what? My business has settled down. I've reached all my goals in business. I got this new rental property for, my retirement income. Now's the time for a partner. It goes, just like that, Rihanna, it's going to be that simple. I'm like, yeah, watch me. 2 weeks later, I meet Chris, and I didn't bring him around to meet my friends until I felt he was ready and that he and I were solid, and they all love him. So he went from he and I to like he and our friends of 60 people, and this incredible lifestyle where we're going out a lot and really enjoying our friendships together. And that's one of the secrets too. Create the life you desire personally, which I did on my own with my friendships. And then when I met the right guy, then I brought him into that life that I've already loved, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it just expands, like your life with Dax, your child. Now you brought Casey in, and he's a part of that. And you were happy there. You created a solid home and had a beautiful home for him and created your business that you wanted. And then it's like mindset, okay, now I'm ready for a partner. I established my practice. Now I'm ready. All came together. I couldn't be more proud of you. You're an incredible woman inside and out. I'm proud of you like you're my own daughter. You know how we get. We get really close when we coach with each other. I'm just so happy for you, honey, because you really deserve all of this and more. I want to invite to the wedding. If you need an officiant, I know one.
Yes.
What last words of wisdom would you have for our listeners today?
That's hard to sum up. Again, just do it. Say yes to yourself. You are deserving, and we are deserving of something different from our old life and how we've been doing it.
Beautiful. Thank you again for sharing all your wisdom and motivation and inspiration for our singles who are listening today, because we want to encourage them that indeed you can create the life you desire and have the love that you deserve. Thanks again, Beth. Love you, sweetie.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, love angels and transformers, that's all we have time for today. I want to thank my special friend and graduate, Beth O, for coming onto the show to inspire you that you also can create the life you desire and have the love you deserve with the Dating to Mating Life and Love Transformation System for Singles. We appreciate you sharing your love and the show link to those you love and care about, and in sharing our mission of helping to change the way the world loves. Please take a moment to leave a 5-star rating and your comments on this show platform of your choice. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Riana Milne, for over 350 educational audios and videos that are free for you to download. By you subscribing and liking our channel, it keeps education free for you. Also, be sure to visit my website, rianamilne.com, where you can download the free ebook, How to Have the Love You Deserve, do the 4 free love tests, and get free book chapter downloads of my #1 bestsellers, Live and Love Beyond Your Dreams. Be sure to try my new Riana AI chatbot. Ask any questions you want and get the answers that you need. And if at any time you need personal help, just enroll in a private 2-hour life and love transformation discovery session where we get to the roots of your concerns and start your journey to finding the love that you deserve as well. Because as always, I am here to help you create that life you desire and have the love you deserve. Have a beautiful and a blessed week.
We want to thank you for joining us on this episode of Lessons in Life and Love with Coach Riana Milne. Go to rianamilne.com for more resources. And if you're really ready to take action to improve your life or love situation, apply now for a session with Riana. And remember, it's time to have the life you desire and the love you deserve.